Nobody wakes up excited to do a monthly report. But if we only do the fun task, we might get fired. So how do we find energy for the boring responsibilities? Today, let's talk about how we take something that we don't like doing and turn it into something we actually want to do. Welcome to this new series, Career Development Must-Dos. In this series, we translate valuable insights from research, expert advice, and our own experience into practical communication strategies that accelerate your career. Along the way, we will also highlight essential business English vocabulary to help you shape your great ideas into effective communication. Let's jump right in! In our previous discussion, we talked about how being nice is just a small part of emotional intelligence. Experts actually divide it into 4 domains. And today, we will dive deeper into domain 1, self-awareness, particularly understanding our own motivation. And to do this, we turn to the self-determination theory to discuss how daunting tasks can truly become self-determined. Hey, let's do a quick quiz. I will give you 4 situations and you will tell me which one is true deep intrinsic motivation. Ready? Go! Case 1. You do the work to get your bonus and stop your manager from being angry at you. Case 2. You do the work because you don't want your manager and your colleagues to think that you are incompetent. Case 3. You do the work because you admire the company's products and you want to contribute to its success. Case 4. You learn a new AI tool because it supports your personal career goal. Time's up! So, which is pure intrinsic motivation? Let's check. Case 1, no, it's extrinsic. Case 2, extrinsic. Case 3, surely extrinsic. Case 4, guess what? It's also extrinsic. I agree that case 4 feels almost exactly like intrinsic motivation, but we are still doing it for a specific outcome, not for the pure joy of the activity itself. True intrinsic motivation means doing something purely for the fun of it, like playing a favorite game or painting a picture. But case 4 is what psychologists call autonomous motivation. It happens not because someone is forcing us to do a task, but we personally choose to do it to support our personal goal. So the insight here is we can take necessary tasks driven by outside pressure and transform them into autonomous motivation. So, how do we build autonomous motivation at work? In this theory, there are 3 basic psychological needs that need to be supported. First is relatedness. This is a matter of belonging and purpose. We usually do the boring tasks because people we feel connected to, like our manager or our colleagues, value this task, or because the work contributes to a meaningful goal. So, feeling a sense of purpose and belonging help us take ownership of a task. Second is competence. This is a matter of mastery and skill. We engage far more deeply with tasks we feel capable of executing them successfully. That's why giving and receiving constructive feedback will help us build this confidence. And finally, autonomy. This is a matter of choice and control. This is also a critical element of autonomous motivation. To fully accept a task without feeling resentment, we must have a sense of choice. We must align that task with our personal goal. So if we have the support for autonomy, we will actively transform the company targets into our own goals. So, how do we use this? How do we apply this theory to increase effective communication at work? Let's think of a stressful task that we delay week after week. Then we should run an autonomous motivation check. Ask ourselves, are we lacking autonomy, or competence, or relatedness? Once we know, here are the 3 must-dos to reframe our workplace communication. Must-do number 1, take back your autonomy. If you feel constrained, micromanaged, or resentful, it might be because we lack a sense of choice, control, or personal alignment with the work. Low autonomy makes us feel like a robot, working strictly because we are being watched. So, to unlock true autonomy, we need both control over how we execute the work and a clear connection between the task and our personal career goals. Instead of comparing or silently resisting, reframe your workload around execution choices and personal growth. Try using these communication tactics with your manager. To establish execution choices, try to get the best result on this project. I suggest 2 options. I would like to share them with you and get your thoughts on which is better. Or I would like to alight on the final metrics with you, then I will handle the process to get it there. Does that work? And to align the task with your personal goals, try saying this with your manager. I would love to take the lead on this task to build my project management skills while keeping us on track for team targets. Must do number 2, boost our competence. When we catch ourselves fearing failure or worrying that we don't have the right skills, we might be working only to protect our own image or avoid looking bad. Instead of hiding, procrastinating, or overworking in silence, we can try communicating with our manager. Let's say, I finished the first part of this project. I would love to get your input on this to make sure I'm on the right path before I complete the rest. Or you can try, could you share some good examples from the previous project so I know what success looks like? Must do number 3, find a relatedness. If we feel completely disconnected from the team and we cannot see why boring tasks actually matter to anyone else, we might deal with low relatedness. Instead of doing the bare minimum, try asking a question that connects our work to the people who need it. Try asking our manager this simple question. Seeing the big picture helps me feel much more connected to the work. So, can you help me see how this specific task helps our team hit our goal this month? Or we can ask a colleague, I know this project is important to your team. Could you share a bit more about how our team can help it succeed? By applying these 3 must-dos, you will feel more motivated and stop being a victim of a long, boring to-do list. That's exactly how we turned a daunting, exhausting work week into motivation. If this episode helps you to see your daily tasks a little differently, share it with a friend who is stressing right now. They probably need to hear this too. And promise me, if you feel stuck on a certain task, don't just sit there and suffer anymore. Try to run a quick motivation check and use these 2 phrases to take your motivation up. Have fun, and I'll see you in the next episode.